What's up, everybody? This is Joe from Empire Music, empiremusic.com in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are Taylor Guitar's online preferred dealer, one of only a handful in North America. Today's a big day for Taylor Guitars at the time of filming. We are launching with Taylor Guitars the 50th anniversary Taylor Builder's Edition 314 CE. You can see everything we do at Taylor Guitars with Taylor Guitars at empiremusic.com. Check our inventory out there. Never a stock photo. Always the original photos. And don't forget, we do a full professional setup, dial it into factory spec, making it the best version of any guitar on earth. So check out the site. But let's talk about this. Sometimes things go all right in the world and Taylor rights are wrong, justice is done, and they give us the guitars we've been demanding. The Builder's Edition series is incredibly popular. Andy Powers introduced the series, and it was kind of his stamp on the Taylor line when he became a master builder, or the master builder, or main designer. And it offers a series of features that are hyper player-centric, which is really cool. So what do we get? We get rolled fingerboard edges. So they call them chamfered edges. Very comfortable. I would say if you've ever played your grandfather's guitar and you held it like this for a while and you had that big line on your forearm, eliminated. Armrest, super comfortable, which is amazing. A silent satin finish on many of them, not all of them anymore. This Taylor guitar has the silent satin finish, which is a beautiful finish. Just it's a sheen, not glossy, but still protected. It's got an amazing reduced heel. So when you're playing up the neck, you have tons of access to the higher frets. You have this recessed cutaway here, which is nice for, again, higher access. You have the Goto tuners, which is awesome. The rounded bridge, so we don't have those big pointy edges on the bridge, so super comfortable there, all contoured. And, you know, those guitars have been around in various series, but not, they made a 324, which is obviously super popular, mahogany top version. Well, they haven't had the 314, and 314 for Taylor guitars is it is like one of their best selling, or if not the best selling guitar that they have in the US line. So adding the Builder's Edition treatment to it makes tons of sense, and there's some cool upgrades. It comes two ways, in this beautiful Kona burst or in a natural, both with fire stripe pickguard, both with this beautiful shaded edge burst back. So it's a Sitka spruce top with urban ash back and sides, which is really cool. So that's kind of the veer off of the traditional 314 CE, which is Sapele back and sides, the urban ash here, which is, I think, a meatier sounding guitar than Sapele. Sapele is a little bit more mid-forward, a little bit crisper. This guitar's got a little bit more fullness. The urban ash is a little bit more organic maybe sounding, or I don't know, crunchy in a good way, you know what I mean? Like kind of a little bit more vintagey sounding than the Sapele. You have the V-Class bracing, of course, which is really the defining feature of, you know, the Builder's Edition, and the V-Class bracing is defining features of design that Andy brought to the line. So you have all of the sustain and all of the roundness that you get from V-Class, which is, I think a lot of people, if you're searching Taylor guitars, the 50th anniversary is going on, so they've been around for a minute, but if you really are newish to Taylor guitars, or new, the X-Brace guitars, Taylor guitars has a history of being kind of called, you know, brighter, which, you know, there's debate about that word. I don't like that adjective necessarily for them, but they're definitely more articulate guitars. If the top end had a little bit too much amplified sound inside the design, the V-bracing has rounded all that out. It's not as aggressive. The guitar is a little bit more sweet top to bottom, and I think people really do love the way they sound. The Sitka top is a great fit, very versatile, allows for tons of different types of play. We have the ebony fingerboard and bridge, of course the expression system too, so we can plug in and sound great live. I mean, this is really cool because, you know, the 314 is an instrument that many of us became Taylor guitarists with. You know, it's was the first USA guitar for a really long time, the first obtainable one, the entry point to the USA brand, and now they've given it kind of like the Cadillac treatment, which is awesome. So now we have this a sexier version of it with all the player appointments, and it's cool because the Urban Ash does give it a different sonic experience than you would get with the Sapele. So if you've watched my videos, you know I like to do two things. I like to do dynamic range, and I like to do the mids to show kind of like the balance and the clarity of the middle of the guitar definition. The Grand Auditorium body shape is great because this guitar can play down a size. So if you like the really hyper responsive, defined tone of a smaller body, you can get that out of this. But there is enough body here that you can play with bigger guitars. So it's super, super versatile. I think the top end on this you'll find output wise is very good. It will of course excel being super clean no matter how we're doing it. So let's go ahead and do the dynamic range and then do the mids, and we shall reconvene. Strumming is exactly what I expected. Plenty of output. The top end is nice and sparkly, but not abrasive. I think if there's a little surprise there for me, the bottom end is a little bit more, I'm going to use this word and I don't want it to be a negative, like a little bit more droning. It's almost a little bit more powerful. It creates like a percussive bottom end, which is really, really cool. I don't need a guitar that's got like this crazy bass that overwhelms everything. I don't necessarily prefer that. So an instrument like this is giving you that very apparent bottom end that fills out your sound, but isn't taking away from all the other things that are going on in the guitar. Taylor guitars are really, really incredible at letting each note sing and each string sing. And I think what you're seeing on a guitar like this is you really feel that. You get the fullness of the bottom end, you get the sweetness of the overall tone with a nice top end, but each note is being heard. Through the middle of the guitar is outrageous. It's probably the thing that Taylor does better than anybody else. The balance of their instruments and the voice of their individual strings being heard is incredible, top to bottom. It's like something you can always count on with Taylor. Here, the Urban Ash, I think, gives you that sonic experience that you'd expect, right? You know what I mean? You'd have the ability to play all those individual notes and get the response that you want, and how you can pull out of it regardless of with a heavy attack or a light attack, you're still going to really get a present sound. Just a really, really beautiful instrument. A great way for Taylor to celebrate its 50th anniversary. It's the Taylor 50th anniversary Builder's Edition 314ce Limited. Go to empiremusic.com, check out all the things we have with Taylor guitars. Remember, we're going to do a full pro setup to dial your guitar in and make sure it's the best playing version on earth. You can chat with us through the site. You can always call us, talk with us, let us know what you have questions about. We will direct you in the right direction, get you to make sure we get not only a great Taylor guitar, but the best guitar for you. This is the Taylor Build Edition 314ce, celebrating their 50th anniversary, coming in both this beautiful Kona Burst and natural. Reach out to us here at Empire, subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.